In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this tool to help you weld two pipes or tubes together end to end. So to build this tool, it was very simple. I basically started off using a piece of angle iron similar to this. Obviously, I just cleaned off all the rust and everything, sanded it so that it's clean. I then basically cut the length. It can be whatever length you desire or require. In my case, this is about 1/2 meter, a bit more than a foot. I then cut 4 shorter pieces or smaller pieces of the angle iron, like you can see over here. It was basically just smaller strips that I cut off the bigger piece of angle iron, 4 of them. And then in each end of those 4 angle iron pieces, I basically flattened the arch on top, and I drilled a hole in the top with my drill here, and I then welded a nut on top of the angle iron on the flat part. And then on the top of the bolt, I only welded a piece of short round bar, and I just painted the top just so that it looks a bit nicer. So I then welded these 4 pieces on top of the longer piece of angle iron, so that if you look at it from the end, it would make a square basically. Now the nice thing about this is the angle iron is a straight piece of angle iron, so whatever you put in it will be held together straight. So how does this work? I think it's sort of self-explanatory, but let's go for a demonstration here. I've got 2 pieces of square tubing here, the same size, and if I wanted to weld them end to end, this can work with square tubing or with pipe. I basically put the one in from the one end, tighten the bolt from the top to hold it in place against the bottom piece of angle iron, which would then be the guide basically to keep it in a straight line. And then the other one I would insert from the other side like so that they meet each other where I would wish to weld them, like this. I then tighten that as well. Fairly straightforward and self-explanatory. And once this is done and it's being kept in place by the 4 bolts that keep the 2 pieces of tube or angle iron or pipe together, you can then grab your welder and then simply tack it on the top to join the 2 pipes together. You don't have to weld it all around, and you tack it to keep them in shape. And at the bottom of the big piece of angle iron, I also cut in a notch in the center where the 2 joints are kept in the middle, so you can also notch it at the bottom. So in order for the joint not to flex one way or to compromise the straightness of your pipe or tube when it's done. So this is basically it. Very straightforward, very simple, and a very easy tool that can come in very handy. Obviously the size of the angle iron is based upon the size of the pipes or tubes that you wish to weld together. So should it be thicker or bigger, you will need to use a bigger piece of angle iron to accommodate the big pipe or the big tube to enter there. So if you do like this project and you do like this idea, be sure to like this video. Until next time, thank you very much, guys.